They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I'd have mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in 01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth, I'm OG King Kirk. Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend, let's work.
Hey, this is OG King CURT, your host of the OG2CENTS podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you who continue to tune in each and every Sunday. We truly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. Helps us out a lot. Links will be available in the descriptions for all available streaming platforms. Let's continue to stand up against any forms of social injustice and racism. And this episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks Virtual Clear Blue Blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screens, so you have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenni.com/gaming or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. This episode 67, back home in Dayton, Ohio. For most who may not know, I'm born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. Pretty much, I'm a small town kid, and I love it there. Really, I got a chance to go back home on a high note. It's been a while since I've been back on the podcast. Took a nice little 2-week vacation, get my mind right, just get some deserved R&R. But we went into the bye week on a good note, 4-game winning streak. Actually closed out a 2-game sweep against Celtics crossover gaming before we went on a bye week. Our bye week ran into the actual league 4th of July bye. So that gave us a lengthy amount of time off. Pretty much it was from June 26th until July 5th is actually when I came back. Fortunately for me, before I actually left and went on a bye week, my fiance and her kids came down to New York June 19th. So they were actually here for a week, celebrated Father's Day with me. Actually, was one of the better Father's Day that I've had thus far while being a father. So, shout out to them for making that a great, memorable day. But then they stayed here for a week. Then we went back together June 26th. Luckily for me, my son, he's expecting, him and his girlfriend is expecting his girlfriend Bree. They had their baby shower on June 27th. And I got a chance to be back home and attend that. I was happy about it. He actually had coordinated where make sure everybody could be there. Me, his mom, all the relatives on both sides. It was a nice gathering. I'm pretty excited. I guess the OG is going to be a grandfather. So that's pretty exciting. Actually expecting a daughter. So it's going to be real interesting. Daughters are special. I love all my kids. I got 2 boys and actually 3 boys and 1 girl. So, I love my boys, but my daughter, she kind of holds the key to my heart. And I'm sure my granddaughter won't be too much different. So it's going to be exciting to see him become a dad. From raising him from a child to an adult, and now seeing him getting ready to enter that phase and into adulthood is kind of special. Um, Other things what I got to do when I was back home is spend some time with my twin brother. We actually went golfing. I mean, he golfed. I was pretty much the caddy. So that was fun. We actually walked 18 holes. If anybody's been following my journey as of late, I've been back working out, eating better. Probably dropped anywhere from 40 to 50 pounds right now. I'm kind of proud of myself. Like I said, it hasn't been a journey by myself because players on my team has pushed me. Connor Rodriguez shots, Stephen Lay, Slay Island, and Josh Humphreys, Chuck. They work out a lot on the team. Also have very unique eating habits, which is I kind of incorporated in mine. So I've watched them, although they're all youthful, they've definitely transformed since they've been in market here in New York. And I kind of followed after them, and it's been a fun time for me. I'm actually getting back in better shape, looking better, feeling better. Body's responding really well. So I'm thankful that them guys have pushed me. But so getting back to when I was golfing with my brother, we walked 18 holes. He's been golfing on the amateur scene on and off for years now. So he's pretty competitive. And just it was I told him while we was out though, it was funny because he's busy. He works a lot and does a lot of different things. And with me being in New York for 6 months and then being in Ohio for 6 months, I don't get to see him as much as I would like sometimes. So it kind of reminded me when we was out there that how much I had missed him. And I was really glad that I was out there with him, even though I wasn't golfing, just walking and talking and learning more about the game. It gave us some good quality time to be together. So I definitely enjoyed that, and it just made me thankful that I'm blessed to be in the situation that I'm in, but I'm also it's even more of a blessing for me to be able to spend time with my family and sometimes break away from the day to day grind and responsibilities that I have for Nets GC in general. So I was grateful for that. Got to spend time with my nephew. I didn't get to see my other nephews and nieces. I'll catch them next go round, but definitely had a great time with my brother. And I look forward to seeing them more when we get to the off season. But it was a pretty good time. Some other things that was going on while I was back home. It's a woman by the name of Tay Winston who does a lot of great things in Dayton, Ohio. Definitely for entrepreneurs and different things of that nature. But it was if I'm not mistaken, it was the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Wright area block party, where a lot of different vendors, a lot of different entrepreneurs just set up shop and was able to promote their products, sell their products, and different things like that. Got down there kind of late um, because it was on the same day as my son's baby shower. So I did get it down there to be able to patronize a few different vendors. One in particular, K Red, who's the owner of K Red Apparel. I got a nice shirt from him. But it's events like that I often miss because I'm not home when a lot of stuff is going on. That's the one thing about being from the Midwest is that I'm home in the wintertime, mainly in the fall and winter. So when all the stuff is jumping off in the spring and summer, I'm in New York. So I miss a lot of those events, but I was glad that I was able to catch a little bit of that while I was back home. Um, it's good to be back though. Good to be back on the pod. Good to be back in New York. Actually, My daughter, she came back with me for when I returned on the 5th of July. She came back with me. This was her second time coming back to New York. She had came out here in my first season. She had just graduated from college and came out here and stayed with me for a week, and I had a good time. Unfortunately, this time the weather was real crappy. It was raining on and off. I had to get back to work, so she pretty much stuck it out with me and everything like that. She just went home on the 10th, in short time, but definitely appreciated it. We don't, like I said, once again, we don't. She's grown now, doing her own thing here and there. We don't always get to see each other all the time, even when I'm back home, because, like I said, she's grown doing her own thing, trying to find her way. But the time that we did get to spend together was precious as always. She actually cooked for me here and there, and I was grateful about that. Um, and missed her when she left. Still, even though she's grown, she's still like my baby, and it's gonna always be that way. But glad she made it back safe, and definitely look forward to seeing her when I get back. Um, and some other news, Esports Extra. We made our debut this weekend. It's on a Black News channel with host Larry Ridley, the queen of Esports Extra, Kelly Wells Brinkley, my brothers Antonio Williams, Derwin Roel, and producer Coach K. It's a long time coming. I'll never forget. Actually, the show kind of kicked off a little bit. I think it was around April or so of last year during the pandemic. And Larry had hit me up one time and got me to come on the show. And I told him, I said I was willing to do the show, anytime he needed me or whatever. And he was like, "Hey, don't say that." He was like, "Because I'm gonna have you on here all the time." And before you know it, I was on there every day that the show was going on. I think at the time we was going Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Then we moved to some Sundays, kind of bounced around, and now in between the the 2K events and the Madden events, now we have the Esports Extra component, which is going to be airing every Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. on a Black News channel, and it's just kind of been a testament and story of my life. Like I start out doing things that you're passionate about and that you really like, and before you know it, it pays off in the long run. So definitely happy about that. I think we all pretty much excited. It's a new experience. Kind of, I guess, getting used to seeing yourself on TV. It's funny. It's a funny thing for me because it was something that once again, I never seen myself even doing. It's almost like you're getting paid to talk about stuff you love. So it's kind of hard to beat. But definitely grateful for Larry for bringing me on and and embracing me and building the family that's been built. It's deeper than just us being on the show together and talking. I mean, we communicate every day about various things. It's not just what we talk about on the show, which is sports, gaming, and culture, but it's just nice to be able to build around some solid people and make something a reality. I know Larry had been hunting for a while to kind of get us on a big stage, and shout out to Black News Channel for accepting Esports Extra and compete forever. It's been a beautiful thing, and I look forward to us really thriving and building off of that. So that's some new things going on. UPA Unified Pro-Am Association had the World Championships July 3rd and 4th and it was a great thing. It's basically a combination of the NPBA, the WR Pro Am League, and the ADBA. Um, all the leagues have come together to form the UPA. They kind of just set some structure, and it was a it was a big deal. $30,000 on the line. Um, cross platform. You had your Xbox champion, you had your PS5 champion, and Liquid Pro Am took home the world championship. And it was just, like I said, a beautiful thing for the community, and definitely something to build on going forward. Um, just to give you a rundown of who was on that team, you had Spam, Johnny Red, Zay, Peroxide, and Dietrich that was on that Liquid Pro Am team. Definitely, headed by um, a good coach, um, and it kind of changing, hopefully, the structure of Pro Am as we see it. Coach Chris, he's definitely, making a name for himself. I think it's going to lead to more Pro Am teams having some structure as far as a coach, GM, kind of mimicking the 2K League per se. And I think it's going to show that our community is probably going to start building something stronger and more valid going forward to try to put themselves in positions such as, positions like mine and the players. So I think I think everybody is going to start seeing the bigger picture about building some structure in the amateur scene in hopes to become pro. So I think that's really what was the biggest takeaway from the UPA World Championships. Um, just to give you a rundown of some of the big figures that's involved with the UPA. You have Ev from WR, Lux from WR, Nap, the Lab. Big shout out to the Lab TV. He's making some major things happen. And at some point in time, I'm gonna have a lot these guys on the show so we can talk more about the event and actually some things that are forthcoming with the UPA. I think that's gonna be important. You got Terry from ADBA, myself, LT, and Black Frank White. We all come together to form the UPA. And I think, just from the responses that I've seen from the event, a lot of people liked it. They had a great time. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend. I was in Arlington, Texas. Um, and I just shout out to Exposure for producing and powering the event. My guy Danny Martin, always in the scheme of things, especially esports related, and then especially in his home of Texas. So it just was a great event. Like I said, it's going to be something for the whole entire pro-am community to get used to and to look forward to. I think a lot of people are going to be looking for some events pre-draft, post-draft. I think it's going to become uh, a yearly thing where people are going to expect a lot of things from the UPA, especially having events such as 30K involved and different things of that nature. But um, I think the one thing that I like about it is just the unified part of the UPA, showing that leagues can come together for the greater good and make some things happen, and that's truly what happened. And like I said, just be on the lookout for a lot more things coming forth from the UPA. 2K League news. Definitely. Now we're heading into this week, which is the turn. Definitely, where some teams are looking to turn their season around. For us at SGC, it's about making a leap. We're 11-7 right now. happened to finish the first 9 teams received a bye. We were one of them. We actually got the 6th seed, and we'll be playing the winner of the Magic and Lakers gaming. Definitely we got to buy. The turn is July 14th to the 17th. Starting on the 14th, it's going to be a nice slate of games. You got 76ers GC versus Bucks gaming. You got Magic gaming versus Lakers gaming. You got Jazz gaming versus Raptors Uprising GC. And you have Blazer 5 gaming versus Cavs Legion GC. And then to round it out, you have Knicks gaming versus Hawks Talent GC, Heat Check Gaming versus Mavs Gaming, and Genji Tigers versus Celtics crossover gaming. So it's going to be an action-packed night. We're going to be doing, obviously for us, it's going to be doing some scouting and seeing what's ahead of us. Just to give you an idea of the teams that got the top seeds. Wizards District Gaming was number 1. Pacers Gaming was number 2. Hornets Venom GT was number 3. T-Wolves Gaming was number 4. Grizz Gaming number 5. Nets GC 6. Kingsguard Game 7. Warriors Gaming Squad 8. And Pistons GT 9. So it's definitely it's going to be competitive. We're talking $260K on the line. I think it's definitely our time to kind of make a leap in some mid-season tournaments and look to have some some success in this tournament. We've been right there on the cusp of making a leap and making some things happen, but it's definitely our time. I think we got a great draw. We earned it through what we've done so far in the regular season, but make sure you check it out. July 14th to the 17th. That's twitch.tv/NBA 2K League. And then also you can catch it on YouTube at youtube.com/NBA 2K League. Also, make sure you, if you're not already, make sure you follow SGC on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's at Next Gaming Crew. And then you can follow us as well on TikTok. Also, we got some pretty good content on there, so make sure you follow it. Another note, if you haven't caught Off the Court with OG, hosted by Christian Charisma, who's our team writer for NetsGC, make sure you catch that on Next Gaming Crew YouTube channel as well, where we do a weekly show about post-game, pre-game, inside, all access inside of NetsGC. We talk about various things, so make sure you catch that if you haven't. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. On another note, I know Pride Month has ended, but Pride, it should be about every month. I'm sitting here rocking my Zenni Pride frames. Hashtag see more love. Let's continue that as well. And you can should be able to find those in the information I had listed before about Zenni, zenni.com/gaming, and go on there and check out multiple frames that they have. And these are one of them that you should be able to get, but definitely see more love. I think one thing about it is that it's promoting Pride is not just about June. It's a every month, every day, every year thing that should be promoted, and I'm definitely going to do that. So just keep that in mind as going forward, and I'll be definitely mentioning that throughout the podcast and a lot of other things that I do. So Remember that. Don't forget, shop OG King Kurt at skulls.com/OG King Kurt. Right now, I'm doing OG 15%, which is 15% off on all merchandise, all orders that you place on there. A lot of different things on there: coffee mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, joggers, jerseys, shorts, you name it, stickers, everything is on there. Phone covers. You can get a lot of different things on there. So make sure you capture that as well. Um, before I get up out of here, like I said, this episode was really about me going back home to my hometown, Dayton, Ohio. I just want to give a shout out to Dayton, Ohio for continuing to support me and everything that I do. I never forget about Dayton. I always say Dayton raised me, uh, and it's largely responsible for who I am. But definitely, I look forward to continuing trying to build some success here in New York with Nets Gaming Crew. We've been doing good so far. We got a long way to go, but I'm confident in this group of guys that I have to make some things happen. And then hopefully I'll be coming back home with something to celebrate. So definitely keeping Dayton in my heart at all times. Um, Look, I was glad I got to see my big sister Juanita Moody. I actually got to see her the day before her birthday. Had a great time talking with her and her husband, Harold. Definitely a fun time. Got a chance to see my auntie, Sandra. She had a barbecue. Um, Definitely had a great time over there. Um, just overall, I did a lot of chilling. I got to see my best friend Tiffany Black. See my godson Fatty. Got to see all my kids. It was well worth it at the end of the day. But really, I was just chilling. Been spending a lot of time with my fiance and different things like that. So it's life's been good, and I'm really blessed, and definitely, like I said, I'm gonna keep dating in my heart and keep doing what I need to do on a day to day to make Nets GC and New York proud in general. So thanks everybody for watching this episode. Like I said, if you watched on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can also catch us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Make sure you subscribe to that as well. Follow the OG2CENTS podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow myself, OG King Kurt, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Shout out to my team, Strider Visuals, Cy Evermore, Box Graphics, and Matrix, who's always in his bag, who provides a lot of different beats that I use for the snippets on the podcast. So shout out to Matrix. Make sure you go to www.ogkingkurt.com for everything OG King Kurt and the podcast. Um, Once again, go to skulls.com/OG King Kurt for OG King Kurt apparel and the OG2CENTS podcast merch as well. Right now, like I said, it's OG 15% for 15% off. So make sure you check that out now. Catch Esports Extra every Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. on a Black News channel. Like I said, we just this past weekend we just aired our first episode, so make sure you tune in and support that as well. Um, you know, make sure that you catch next week's episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's OG2CENTS. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.